Here to talk more about this and to give us some details.
We pass through gamma rays along
the difference between KWAP and KWSP.
Tips for us to choose the best telco package to avoid money being misspent.
What matters?
What matters?
What matters?
What matters every Wednesday, 11:15 a.m. only on TRAXXfm. Don't miss it.
Good morning, Malaysia. Otto here, coming to you live from Angkasa Puri, Kuala Lumpur. Also live right now on our Facebook page on FB Live. Check us out at TRAXXfm Official. That's TRAXXfm OFFICIAL. And as promised, we have the interview feature for today, which is with Puan Sitti Rabia Rahman, the Director of Corporate Communication Department of Museums Malaysia, in the studios right now. Thank you so much for taking the time, Puan.
You're welcome. Thank you also on behalf of the department for inviting me again to this morning.
I didn't get the chance to interview you last year.
Okay.
But anyway, who interviewed you last year?
I'm sorry, I forgot his name.
I think it's Kong Yu. All right.
Yeah.
So we understand that International Museum Day is held today, actually, the 18th of May.
Yes, indeed.
Annually. So the event provides actually the opportunity for museum professionals to meet with the public, also the roles of people like yourself, Juan, and everybody else involved in museums. So not many people know, actually, there are a lot of things that goes around museum that not many people know about. So this is the best opportunity for you, especially the listeners, to check out the museums nearest to you and just be amazed at what they have, all right, and learn from them. Now, talking about our interview feature for the day, our guest, Puan Sitti Rabia, a little bit history. We did talk off air. You have been in the museum industry for more than 21 years.
Yes.
You started out as a curator, and then you majored in history. You love history, and then you moved on to research and then exhibition, and now in your corporate communications. So that has been a very interesting journey towards this. I mean, what inspired you towards history?
Well, actually, since from childhood, I really like to read a lot, and especially like history books and all. So when I went to university, I took the history, field or study, and it was really an opportunity for me to actually got the job in a museum. So, which really quite become like a bit handy for me, because I can make use of all the information, all the things that I studied for a few years to be, contributed to the museums, especially in history.
I mean, you love history. That's the thing. I also love history, but the thing is, I can't seem to remember all the dates that has been learned so far. What is your trick for those who are actually studying right now,
yes,
or SPM, ready for their SPM? And
yes,
what is your tips?
Yeah. Well, of course, history is like you have to remember events. Of course, this also complements to that events as well, to make it like a very
like what time do you study history?
I mean, usually.
What's the best time for you to memorize a certain date?
Usually, I really like to study history during the wee hours in the morning, because it was really calm and not so much noise, and I can absorb all the information. And for me, for history, for me easy to learn history is to learn or to know the context of the whole event. Yep.
Okay. All right. So I'll just like to say hello to those who are actually online right now. Thank you very much. Superstition Lim says, good morning, TRAXXfm, DJ Otto, presenter, and all Tracksters. Jaya Raj says, good morning, DJ Otto and special guest. I'm tuned in. Glad to hear you. Thank you so much. And please remember to share this Facebook Live right now. So you have any questions with regards to International Day, Museum Day, you can always comment, and we'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. All right. So in the meantime, moving on to the first question over here. Okay. So could you provide us the quick overview of the museums managed by the Department of Museums Malaysia?
All right. Thank you. So the Department of Museums Malaysia is actually a full-fledged government agency, and under the department we have like 22 federal museums, namely the Museum Negara, the Perak Museum, we have the National Textile Museum, Natural History Museum, Music Museum, we have the Malay Ethnology World Museum, and the list goes on. But I really listeners to just check our website at www.gmm.gov.my. So we have 22 museums, a long list for me to mention actually, but those that are really known to the public are the big museums that we have.
And how about the interesting museums?
Well, interesting museums we have, of course, National Museum as the main museum in the country is always have programs from time to time, interesting programs, and we have other museums that are less known to the public, like the Sungai Lembing Museum in Pahang.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we have the National Automobile Museum, the National Architecture Museum in Melaka, and also we have like Kota Johor Lama Museum in Johor Bahru. Yeah, in Johor. So I mean this specific location. Yes.
Could you tell us about the history of the 2022 International Museum Day celebration?
Okay, so when we talk about International Museum Day celebration in Malaysia, it started in 1997, but in the international level, actually it started long way back in 1977.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a 20 years gap of celebration of this special day. So in our country, it started in 1997. So we celebrate this every year, and it has become like a tradition for the museum community in our country to celebrate and to converge in this special occasion to, know each other, to make some programs and activities together. Yes.
So each museum will have its own activities, right?
Yes.
Like Sungai Lembing will have its own activities.
Yes.
Museum Negara has its own activities.
Yes.
So interesting. So where will the celebration take place actually?
Okay. So this year the celebration will take place in Kota Baru, Kelantan, where the State Museum of Kelantan will be the host for this year.
Kelantan will be the host for this year.
Yes.
Any particular reason?
Yeah, actually, the International Museum Day celebration in Malaysia is quite unique because we rotate among the state museums, which are also the members of the Malaysia Museum Museum Association of Malaysia, and so we will select or any museum that would like to be a host for the next celebration, or maybe the museum itself would like to propose themselves to be the host for the upcoming celebration. I mean, for the next year's celebration.
So how different is this year's celebration from previous years?
Okay, so before the pandemic, this was actually the thing that we do, that we assemble, we converse together at one place and do the a week-long programs and activities, but for the last 2 years, due to pandemic, we have to, because of the MCO, also we cannot, move, and we cannot. Even the museums were closed to the public, so we just did some of programs or this celebration. We just did it online, especially last year. Where we have this a week-long program as well, but we did all the programs online. Yeah. Online, what programs online did you do during the pandemic? Yeah, we use the social media. We use our website. We have this virtual exhibition, and we also a competition, like a cultural singing contest and all. But we did all online.
Wow, interesting. Yep. Can we see that in this next celebration? I mean, today, any live sessions will be happening for our celebration International Museum Day? Okay, for International Museum Day celebration, it will take place on the 19th until 26th of June. So, but today is the pre-launch of our celebration now happening in Kota Baru, Kelantan, where all our Director General are gathered there with all the officers and other officers from other state museums as well. And of course, many programs and activities will be held during this week-long celebration on the 19th until 26th of June. How many people are expected to join this? There's 22 different museums, right? How many people are actually, helping out in making sure that this program actually goes well in Kelantan? All right. So, okay. Actually, the 22 museums is under the Department of Museums Malaysia, but we have other state museums. 14 state museums. And these state museums will
participate usually every year. So they make up the original participants of these programs, and this year they will also be participating in our programs. And other than that, we also have other agencies which also will participate, like a Malaysia Nuclear Agency. We have the Kraftangan also will participate. Yes.
Well, awesome.
Yeah.
So just to recap on today, make sure that you join the International Museum Day celebration happening in Kelantan today, right? The opening.
The pre-launching
of the celebrations. And today we're talking to Sitti Rabia Abdul Rahman, the Director of Corporate Communications from the Department of Museums Malaysia. And we're live right now, so if you have any questions, make sure that you leave a comment in the comment section below, and do share should you have any questions and inquiries with regards to any museum in Malaysia. We have the person in charge over here, so stay tuned. All right, meantime, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
Here to talk more about this and to give us some details.
If we pass through gamma rays along
The difference between KWAP and KWSP.
Tips for us to choose the best telco package to avoid money being misspent.
What matters?
What matters?
What matters?
What matters every Wednesday, 11:15 a.m. only on TRAXXfm. Don't miss it.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and Salam Keluarga Malaysia. I'm Nancy Shukri, Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture. This festive season, may you have a great celebration filled with joy, blessings and peace. Come and celebrate Hari Raya Aidilfitri at Majlis Rumah Terbuka Malaysia MRTM Aidilfitri as Keluarga Malaysia from the 19th to 21st May, Thursday to Saturday at Dataran Drawbridge, Kuala Terengganu. Everyone is invited. Selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri. Maaf zahir dan batin.
Indahnya sungguh di hari raya, ramainya orang bersukaria.
Here to talk more about this and to give us some
if
details.
we pass through gamma rays along
The difference between KWAP and KWSP.
Tips for us to choose the best telco package to avoid money being misspent.
What matters?
What matters?
What matters?
What matters every Wednesday, 11:15 a.m. only on TRAXXfm. Don't miss it.
30 minutes past 11. Good morning, Malaysia. Otto here, coming to you live from Angkasa Puri, Kuala Lumpur. Also live on our Facebook page right now at TRAXXfm Official. That's TRAXXfm OFFICIAL, with the interview feature of the day with regards to Museum Day 2022. And today in the studio, I have Puan Sitti Rabia Abdul Rahman. She's the Director of Corporate Communications, Department of Museums Malaysia. Thank you once again, Puan, for being in the studios today.
Welcome.
Now, we're still with the topic about Museums Day 2020, but just let me, for those who just tuned in, let me tell you a bit about our guest for today. She has been in the museum industry for more than 21 years. She started off as a curator and then moved up the ranks towards exhibition and research. And I'm very sure that research you have been through a lot, knowing how to actually preserve certain items, which I think even Museum Negara has some, I think, courses, right? For
Yes.
people to actually join or learn how to actually preserve some of the items in Museum Negara, right? There are certain programs.
Yes, we do. We do conduct courses for public.
For the public, right?
For public and also for other agencies, actually.
Awesome. I'm very sure most of our listeners didn't know about that, so now you know. So try and join that particular program because it's very interesting. Now, moving on to today's topic with regards to International Museum Day 2022. What is the theme for this year's International Museum Day?
Okay, so the theme for this year International Museum Day celebration is the power of museums. So, the reason for this theme is that after 2 years of a pandemic crisis, that museums were heavily affected actually by this pandemic, which up to the point that some of the museums were closed down because they couldn't, sustain, because they couldn't get the revenues for the maintenance of their museums, and many curators or museum professionals were laid off, and this is quite sad for museum institution and museum community all over the world.
Oh, definitely.
Yes. So, so meaning that after the pandemic crisis, the museum institution would like to make a comeback stronger. So meaning that we have to learn that the challenges is, coming towards us from time to time, that we have to be ready all the time. So there are three lenses actually that the international museum community are focusing on this theme, which is first the power of achieving sustainability. The second one is the power of innovating digitalization and accessibility, where during the last 2 years that we have to resort to online on social media for us to remain, in contact with our visitors. Online visitors and the public as well. And the third one is the process of community building through education, meaning that through our collection and our programs, that we want to be a place where people can have this long life learning of our history, of culture, of natural history, that we want our role to be always there for the society, to progress. For the future, yes.
Exactly. Nurture the next generation of people.
Yes.
Now, the objective of this event, is there any objective towards this?
Okay, so the objective of this event is to raise awareness about the fact that museums are important means for cultural exchanges and enrichment of cultures and developing mutual understanding, cooperation, and also peace among peoples. So usually people will come to us, visit our museums, but during this celebration, we come to the people, meaning that we want to meet them, we want to be engaged with them, and we want them to see us, personally, and know who are, museum professionals, always hiding behind the exhibition shelves and also exhibition.
Just like me.
Yeah.
I just like to hide behind anything.
Yeah. So basically that's, the point is that we want to be, with the people this time. Yes.
With the community. So since the activities are there, we're talking about the pre-launch of the International Museum Day 2022, which happened in Kelantan, right?
Yeah.
What the time and also the venue?
Okay, for today, it will be about 12 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. But I can I can get back with the information later, or we can just browse through our website for the exact time actually. And but it's happening today, and most of our officers and our Director General are there at the moment.
How many people are involved in this celebration?
For today, I think we also invited state museums directors to be with us also.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm very sure people are happy, that the employees are happy to join back the community and, share their experiences, just like yourself, Puan.
Yes.
When it comes to research, you have a lot to share, but we cannot incorporate everything within this 30 minutes. But anyway, I would just like to say hello to those who are actually online right now. Thank you very much to Atus Muhammad. We have Carol Sharing. We have Aida Tahir, Rosni, Patrick Choi, Azam Baizan, and Dania Kai. Thank you so much for joining us. And please remember to share this Facebook Live right now, because we're not going to be very long. So should you have any questions with regards to maybe research or any community activities within your areas, or what are the programs that are related to Museum Negara that might be interesting to you, you can always ask. All right. In the meantime, back to more questions over here. Are these events open to the general public, and how can the general public take part in these activities?
Okay, so basically there are two types of programs that we have for this celebration. So during this pre-launching today, that this is promotion of all the programs activities that will be held on the 19th until the 26th of June. So some of the programs which the public can participate are the seminars, museum and committee program in a program called Train to Dabong. It's like a small town in Kuala Krai area, and we also we have treasure hunt, fun ride, which is actually is cycling activities, and also we have a Yasin recitation and forum perdana, and but one of the there are three big events that we have. Actually, is the seminars, international seminars. Which one is the international seminars on the power of museums, and the other small seminar is actually on the Kelantan History Studies Volume 1. Actually, we have two seminars going on simultaneously on the 20th of June.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
So this whole event, which will be happening 19th to 26th June,
Yeah.
next month, will incorporate all these activities like the train to Dabong, treasure hunt, fun rides. That will be happening in Museum Negara itself, or
no, in
Kelantan.
Kota Baru, Kelantan.
Kota Baru,
Yes,
Kelantan.
yeah.
All right.
So the public can participate through this pre-launching. All the information will be given on our website and also on promotional banners and all, which they can just apply through our website or through any promotional leaflets that will be, giveaway.
Okay, thank you very much. We're talking to Puan Sitti Rabia Abdul Rahman, the Director of Corporate Communication Department of Museums Malaysia, and we're talking about International Museum Day 2022 celebration. And if you have any questions, you can actually comment on our Facebook Live right now at TRAXXfm Official, TRAXXfm OFFICIAL. Now we're going to take another short break, and I'm going to have to grill you, Puan. I'm very interested in research and how you went up the ranks, and up till this point in your life, you become corporate communications. It's interesting to know that people like yourself have been through research, exhibitions, and also digitalization, moving towards corporate comm. The things that you have to go through might be beneficial to you, especially the listeners listening in. So stay tuned. All right, we're going to take a short break right now, and we'll be right back.
Here to talk more about this and to give us some details.
If we pass through gamma rays along
The difference between KWAP and KWSP.
Tips for us to choose the best telco package to avoid money being misspent.
What matters?
what matters.
What matters?
What matters every Wednesday, 11:15 a.m. only on TRAXXfm. Don't miss it.
Good morning, Malaysia. Otto here, coming to you live from Angkasa Puri, Kuala Lumpur. Once again with our interview feature of the day with our very special guest, Puan Sitti Rabia Abdul Rahman, the Director of Corporate Communications Department of Museums Malaysia. Once again, thank you so much for being with us in the studio, Puan.
You're welcome.
Now, still on the pre-launch for the International Museum Day, which is going to happen today at around 2:30 p.m. at Kota Baru, Kelantan. And you can check the FB Live at the Jabatan Museum's Facebook. So simple as that, right?
Yes.
Exactly. Who will be attending the official ceremony?
Okay, so for this pre-launch ceremony, it will launch by Yang Berhormat Major Bersara Datuk Haji Muhammad Anizam bin Abdul Rahman, is the chairman of the Perbadanan Museum Negeri Kelantan.
Awesome. Yep. Now, we're talking to our guest today. She has 21 years of experience being in the museum. She started off as a curator, now moving on towards corporate comm. Now, I just want to ask you about if anybody in the public, let's say, for example, the public would like to contribute personal old artifacts to the museums. How do they do that, and what can they contribute?
Okay, so thank you very much for raising up this question. Actually, it's in tandem with the programs that we are having now. We are now in a campaign, a donation campaign from the public to the museums, that we are really welcome the public to donate any collectibles or the collections that they have that has significant value to our history and cultures. And they can just simply call us at the department, and also they can get the information all up in our Jabatan Museum Malaysia Facebook. And we really welcome people to donate these collections of them, because we think that people, they have this lots of things that are of their family heritage that they keep in their houses, that if other than that, they also, other than donating, they also can get some advices from us how to keep their collection artifacts at home, preserve nicely preserved, and in a good condition.
Awesome. Just out of this topic question, have you ever been surprised with any old artifacts that you've never seen before? Was there any one particular artifact that you were shocked to see? Wow, I've never seen this before.
Yeah, I mean, as a curator of museums, it's always like a interesting thing for me to encounter a new, artifact or collections of museums, because for me it contains a lot of history, a lot of things that in the past that it represents something.
Yes.
So for me, so many museum artifacts that I have encountered, which are really interesting, like the first flag of Malaysia, or and also we have like other prehistoric items from the stone tools, and also the skeletons of the prehistoric people.
Is there like any particular place currently right now? Is it okay to mention on air that the most artifacts that can be found currently right now?
Okay, so in Museum Negara, because now we are housing a lot of prehistoric collection, and the Hindu Buddhist collection, all the Sultanate, old Sultanate kingdoms collections, and also things that are really important in the history of our country, like the pre-independence and the post-independence artifacts. And apart from that, actually, other important artifacts or collections also are housed in other museums, whether it's in the state museums or also institutional museums.
Interesting. So is there any certain criteria for artifacts that the public actually can contribute?
Okay, so it has to be mentioned that we don't collect everything, meaning that it has a value or significance on the history and culture of our country. Meaning that if the artifacts, if an artifact is belong to the family, it has to be like has something information about that particular artifact. Like if they have a crease, or like items that are important or have been used in certain important events, that it will be interesting.
So there are certain criteria or paperwork that needs to be filled out by the person contributing the artifact before it can be accepted by Museum Negara. Okay,
yes.
Cool. Somebody asked here, Zain Ibrahim says, can museum reenactment of historical events, I'm not sure if that makes sense to you, Puan. Can museum reenactment of historical events?
Well, I'm not sure about what type of reenactment that he mentioned, but usually in the museum we do have like a diorama. A diorama is like a special mini showcase which reenact like a special event.
I see.
Yeah, so that kind of thing that we have, or we also have like a video, a documentary on some historical events. That's the thing so far that we have in our museum.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so before we let you go, we already passed our interview stage. Is there anything more that you'd like to say to our listeners right now?
Okay, so first I would like to thank TRAXXfm for inviting me today on behalf of our department, and also we would like to invite all people, especially in Kota Baru area, to be with us or to join our programs for International Museum Day celebration on the 19th until the 26th of June. And also please look in your shelves in your house and all, and let's say if you find something else, you can just give us a call and let us know if you want to donate any of your collections to us. Yep.
All right, thank you very much. We're talking to Puan Sitti Rabia Abdul Rahman, the Director of Corporate Communications from the Department of Museums Malaysia, talking about International Museums Day and much, much more. But anyway, we have to let you go because I'm sure you're a very busy person, Puan. Thank you so much once again to be in the studios. And thank you so much for those who actually participate in today's live. I'm just going to read one more comment over here. Let me see if I can press this. Oh my goodness. Okay. Have I got it? No. But anyway, thank you so much for those who participated. Be sure tomorrow, same time, same frequency as well. We'll be on Facebook Live at around 11:15 a.m. for the next interview feature. And please remember to share, comment whenever you are, it's convenient for you, because we love to interact with you. All right. Meantime, it's back to more music right here on Track. Stay tuned for the news at 12 noon, and I'll be right back. Thank you so much, Puan.
Thank you so much.
Be inspired, informed, and up to date. Tune in to TRAXX Momentum interview feature of the day at 11:15 a.m. Join us as we speak to our panel of guests on various topics. Health on TRAXX on Monday. Tuesday, Spectrum. Wednesday, What Matters? Face to face with our guest on Thursdays. And on Friday, tune in to W Talk. TRAXX Momentum, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. only on TRAXXfm.